This Regents question below is often asked frequently, where it will give you 3 options and you have to choose how many of them either hold true or don't hold true. So which of the equations below have the same solution? And then it provides 3 equations. So we actually need to go through and solve for all 3 equations. So the only equation that I really think has multiple options is number 3. So I'll show you 2 options for that, even though I know there's more than 2 ways to do it. But for solution for equations 1 and 2, it seems like there's really only one type of strategy or method to use. So for solution 1, we have 10 times x minus 5 is equal to negative 15. So here we're going to use the distributive property. So 10 times x is 10x, and 10 times 5 is negative 50 is equal to negative 15. We're going to add 50 to both sides of the equation, and we're left with 10x is equal to 35. We're going to divide by 10 on both sides, and we're left with x is equal to 35 divided by 10. And this can be simplified by dividing the numerator and denominator by 5. And if we do this, we'll be left with x is equal to 7 over 2. So now we're looking to see if any of these other solutions have an answer of x equals 7 over 2. So let's look at solution number 2. So we have 4 plus 2 times x minus 2 is equal to 9. So here again, we're going to use distributive. Well, we have 2 options. We can either distribute first and deal with this part of the expression, or I could move the 4 to the other side and get rid of it. So I'm going to move the 4 to the other side after, well, let's do it first. But it doesn't really matter. If you do it first, then you don't have to combine like terms later. If you do it last, then you'll have to combine like terms. So I'm actually going to leave it that way we can review combining like terms, but know that you could have subtracted 4 on both sides first and continue to solve with a problem looking like this. But again, I'm going to combine like terms afterwards so we can review combining like terms. Okay, so here I'm going to distribute the 2 into the x and into the negative 2. So we're left with 4 plus the 2 times x distributed leaves us with 2x, and 2 times negative 2 leaves us with 4, and then we have 9. When we combine like terms here, we see that we have 4 and 4. So 4 minus 4 is actually 0. So these cancel out, and we're just left with 2x is equal to 9. And then we're going to divide by 2 on both sides, and we're left with x is equal to 9 over 2. And we'll notice that options 1 and 2 do not have the same solution. So if we look at our answer choices, we can see that we can actually get rid of option choice 1 because it would say 1 and 2 only, and 1 and 2 do not have the same solutions. We can also get rid of option number 4 because we already know 1 and 2 do not have the same solution, so 1, 2, and 3 cannot all have the same solution. So based on the option choices, we're looking at the answer either being 2 or 3. So let's look at equation 3. In equation 3, we're going to solve in more than one way. So we have 1/3 x is equal to 3 over 2. So we're going to solve this 2 different ways. Okay, one way we can look at this is to multiply. To isolate the variable, we can multiply each side by 3. And this would eliminate the denominator and leave us with just 1x, which is really just x is equal to. And then we need to just simplify our fraction on this side for multiplication. So 3/2 times 3 over 1, and we're left with x is equal to 9 over 2. Another way to think about this is that we could multiply the left and right by the reciprocal. So if we multiply the left side by 3 over 1, we would also have to multiply the right side by 3 over 1. And we'll see here that this will cancel out all values on the left side for the fractional coefficient and leave us with x is equal to 3 over 2 times 3 over 1. And we'll see that this is actually the same part of our step in both solution options. So we're still doing the same mathematics at the end of the day. Just the steps we're taking look a little different, and the way we think about them is a little different. And again, we're left with x is equal to 9 over 2. So we're going to pick solution choice 3, because in solution choice 3, we'll see that it's equations 2 and 3 that have the same solution, which is x is equal to 9 over 2.